Oh my goodness, I think I'll stay and watch. How's it going? How's it going? Nice to know him. Steady growing was always hard to watch. How's it looking? How's it looking? How's it cooking? How's it cooking? I was joking, so give me all you keeping me, keep from knowing. Keeping me, keep from showing. Keeping me, keep from growing. Keeping me, keep from knowing.
Hey everyone, welcome to Win Newsletter, April 23rd. It's crazy that it's this far along in April. Happy birthday to my brother, April 23rd. That always rings a bell. But yes, I am, as you see, solo for this Win Newsletter. Even Winston the dog did not want to come into the podcast room. So you got me. I am Sheila Doman, the CMO of Book.io and Stuff.io, and we welcome you to our weekly podcast where we go over all the fun updates, all the things going on, and also let you know what's going on in the industry, along with what we're going to release tomorrow for a New Stuff Friday, which we've got books, audiobooks, maybe even a movie. Depends. We don't know. But we've got some good airdrops coming up and releases from Tracy Harding that are coming out. So it's a good week in releases. But yeah, let's hop into it. This day, I should say today, not this day, is World Book Day. So first of all, what all are we reading, listening to, all the things? If you're like me, I have a book for the car, a book for the house, and then a book that I actually read myself to sleep with. So I'm usually got 3 going on at the same time. Currently listening to a recommendation from my friend Gina Azzi, who's very big in the romance world and recommended a book called The Wedding People, which is fabulous if you need a good, easy audiobook to entertain you. But yeah, what's everybody reading on World Book Day? If you have books that have changed your life that you want to get into some conversations with, hop into our Instagram and let's get a conversation going of all the great books out there. And have we published them? Do we need to publish them? All those exciting things that, books are still our culture, our way of storytelling in this world. And maybe it's a story that you haven't read and it's been out for 100 years, or did it just get published today? What's going on? What are your interests? And how can Book.io get them out in front of you? One thing that I really caught my eye for World Book Day that kind of hit the news about 3 days ago is the American libraries put out a report every year that is about all the banned book requests just in the United States. And this is every book that basically has been appealed to be taken off shelves in libraries, what we would refer to as our banned book series, right? So these are all that we kind of perk up at these conversations because we don't want culture to be taken off our shelves. We want it out there to where parents have the choice of if their kids are exposed to it and that they're not just not out there. So and of course to, protect the author's IP too. We want the actual books published in their original form of how the author wanted it. So if it's something that the world doesn't agree with now, let it be a learning experience, right? Let all of this be conversational starters and let everybody learn from each other instead of it just being taken away for nobody to see. So these articles always kind of make us perk up of what has been requested to be taken off shelves, if it's something that we're able to add to our banned book series and audiobook series. We have a great banned book audiobook series with our friends at Blackstone. So this report was for 2025, and 4,235 different works had been challenged by different organizations, right? Sometimes it's an entire state challenging these, sometimes it's political organizations, other organizations that are appealing basically to the national libraries. So it's the American Library Association is who collects these challenges. They do say about 91% of them do come from kind of governments and certain organizations. But, you know, that it went up from 70%, 72% in 2024 came from activists and government officials to now 90% of the challenges are coming from activists and government organizations. But yeah, I was really surprised at still how just high that number is. Over 4,200 works are still being appealed. And it's not stuff that's brand new, right? Where somebody goes, oh my gosh, this author just wrote about this topic that we don't want in our libraries. Like some of this is like Clockwork Orange. Some of it's been around for a really long time and people are still out there trying to appeal. So thought that was a very interesting report that came out. The number one most challenged book, if that interests you, was by Patricia McCormick called Sold. And as you can imagine from a book called Sold, it's not about selling apples and oranges. It's about selling some other stuff. So about selling some people, selling some not nice acts of people. And so yeah, that's the number one most challenged book that they are trying to take off of libraries. The other number two was The Perks of Being a Wallflower. That's been on the list for a couple of years now as well. But there's some on here that really surprised me. So one of the absolute best selling books ever, especially if you are in the romance world, by Sarah J. Maas, is A Court of Thorns and Roses. It is still, I think it was published in I think 2009. I'm sorry, Sarah, I need to go look, but it's been out for a while and it is on this list. It's like number 8 or something on this list of number 7. Sorry, so number 7 on this list. And it sells millions each month. So this isn't always books that are of certain topics that people think need to be taken off a library. Sometimes these are the absolute best sellers out there that are getting challenged and are very, very high on this list. Sarah J. Maas actually has a whole nother title on this list in the top 10, which is just crazy. I've read all of Sarah J. Maas. It's just fun romantasy. And again, sells millions. It's still, when you look at like bestsellers in the romance world, of course, Thorns and Roses is always number one. If you are a new releasing artist, that's always amongst all my romance girlies that I used to work with. If they got anywhere close to Sarah J. Maas on a ranking, they're like, oh, we're on the same listing as her, right? So it just really surprised me to see that she was also on a most challenged list. So it's interesting that literally, probably over a billion readers now have read that book, and it's still in the top 10 of being challenged. Same with Clockwork Orange. Like, how many people have owned that in their lifetime? So just thought that was an interesting news aspect that kind of came out around the same time as World Book Day, this being National Library Week in America as well. So there is just a whole little bookish week of things going on. So yeah, keep the conversation going. Hop on our Instagram or our Twitter. Let us know what you're reading, what you would like to keep reading through our platform, and we will attempt to go get those books. We're all about contacting the authors, trying to get the publishers going. So let's go. Let's keep these books flowing, especially if they are a challenged book. We've got a series for them. We've got a home for them. Moving into the music world, and even in our own geography world here in Texas, there's been a new lawsuit that came from the Texas Attorney General. So Ken Paxton is doing a major investigation into music streaming platforms, and that means all of them, like your Spotify's, your Apple Music's, Pandora, all the things, over alleged payola style promotion schemes that is tied to your song promotion, how you get recommendations on those sites. So if you use any of them, you often know, hey, I haven't personally gone and searched for this artist. It's just popped up as a song that's now playing in my car because I was playing other songs. And so it just assumes through its algorithm that, hey, you might like this, right? Well, there's also the back end of that, of how does somebody get higher up in recommendations. So it's not always purely through the innocent math of a certain algorithm, as there's payola walls that maybe somebody has been able to push their songs, or maybe a whole collection of artists from a label have been able to be pushed up from that actual artist, maybe from the platform. It's that behind the wall that we don't know, and so that's what they're investigating, is basically, hey, is there unfair recommendations going on? Because again, in the world of millions and millions of songs getting uploaded to these platforms every single day, where's the fairness? If you're an independent musician with no label marketing budget behind you, how do you now, not only do you have to compete with all these millions of artists at the same time, but you're having to compete against everybody else's marketing budget. And now, if there's unfair recommendations going on, it's even a harder world for an independent musician. So this is the stuff that they are looking into. So we will keep you guys updated on anything that comes about these investigations. Obviously, there's regulatory issues that go around this, and a lot more digging into, a lot of legal digging into, that it looks like our own Texas Attorney General is doing here in this state. So that leads into another music story that came out of Billboard magazine, reporting that labels are increasingly putting in AI related rights into contracts. So same thing that we talk about with our independent authors often. Make sure you're reading every single contract, even if it's something electronic that's getting sent to you. We were talking a couple weeks ago with authors allowing people to just download their work because they checked a box that now is available on Amazon, and they might just be very quickly trying to publish their book on Amazon, right? And they weren't realizing that checkbox was even there. They're like, I don't know, I gotta go do other things. I don't have time to read all of this, and didn't realize, oh my gosh, I just gave every person who bought my ebook the ability to go and click download, and literally can download a PDF of it and just share it at will. So now in these music contracts that are including your AI rights, this is going to allow people that you're signing your contract to, whether that be a label, whether that be a distributor, read everything, no matter who you are doing business with. Because if it has AI rights in there, that means you're allowing their models to be trained with your music, be trained with your lyrics. I have this go back to the NIL stuff, right? I always pull everything back to sports, I know, but where literally somebody's using your likeness, your IP, your thing that you have created as a musician. If you are not cool with the large models out there um, learning from your own creations, you need to read your contracts. It is a very increasing thing that is being put into not only signing with a major label, but there's a lot of entities that you actually do business with. If you are unfamiliar with the music industry on here, you have your distributors that get you onto certain platforms. You might have a marketing deal, you might have a publicist, you might have an A&R person. All of these people are going to have contracts. And Billboard's just saying overall, as an industry, the amount of people that are adding in that they get your AI rights into contracts is in alarmingly large, enough for a Billboard article to come out on it, right? So again, if you are an indie, make sure you are protecting yourself. Make sure you have a lawyer look at everything that you do. There are specific music lawyers out there that do exactly this, that are there to protect you. A lot of the industry conferences and chats that we wind up at, the very first thing that they're telling independent art musicians is to make sure that you have a music lawyer that you can at least ask for advice. It's fine if they're not on retainer and you spend all your money with a music lawyer right off the bat, but make sure you have access to one for when these types of contracts do come up. You have somebody that's in your corner that's looking out for you. So that was just a interesting thing that popped up this week of kind of new business around the music world. And the last thing of kind of fun things around all the industries that we dabble in here at stuff.io. The other one is the film industry, right? Always out there to help indie filmmakers. We talk a lot about how hard it is to get your music, your films bought, get them on a streaming service. This is major stuff, right? You can't it's not as easy as an author who can go and self-publish, right? There's not that option. Even musicians, you can self-publish onto the streaming platforms. As indie filmmakers, that's not an option. You actually have to get picked up by these streamers. You have to get paid by these streamers. You have to be under contract, and it's a really hard world to get your movie made. First of all, with whatever kind of greenlit money, and most of the time that means friends and family money, and then go out and you hit film festivals and you try to get your film sold and get it picked up by streamers. And the amount that it used to be to what it is now has sufficiently gone down. When we were dealing with Fremantle every day, and I shouldn't say dealing with, they were a joy to always talk to. And we learned so much from them, especially their executive producer there, Jeff Hassler, was amazing to learn from. And he would say, 5 years ago, not even 10, 5 years ago, I would have 40 places that I could take my TV show or my movie and go and try to get it picked up. And then you have each of these platforms competing against each other of like, no, we want the movie, so we're going to compete against that other bid and see who has, the best bid. And you wind up going with who gives you the best deal, who gives you the most money, right? And nowadays it's maybe 5, Sheila. And I was like, what? 5? And he's like, yeah, you've got, your Paramount, your sometimes Hulu. Um, it not the ones you expect, because like the ones that we see the most, like your Hulus, your Netflix, your Amazons, they were more interested in producing their own originals. So they weren't actually interested in the whole shopping and bidding of other people's movies. So it was more of Paramount. It was National Geographic. It was now I'm blanking, but it was like ones that you're like, oh, I didn't think about National Geographic. And then just I don't know if it was today, but it's very very recently that Paramount has announced that they are going to merge with Skydance. So again, these multiple places that you could have sold your movie to now are condensing and condensing and condensing, um, leading to us as customers having, let's face it, less things to choose from, if there's less platforms. But for you guys as filmmakers, less places to sell from, right? And then like the bigger ones get bigger. So if you're an indie filmmaker, that's even harder to go and sell maybe your first time movie to. So it's again, how do you get big in the industry in order to be able to sell to these big industry giants? And it's just this conundrum that keeps going in a circle. And we're sitting here as stuff.io. So if you're watching this and you're like, yeah, what's the answer? Hi, we're happy to publish your movie. We're happy to publish your music and in your books. It's fine if it's the first time that you're producing content. We are here for you. We don't touch your rights. We want you to go out and be able to keep making art. Like we're not here to control your world, and we don't require exclusivity. Go be on as many platforms as you want. So yeah, if you are coming across any of these, looks like I froze for a second. If you're coming across any of these news stories this week and you're like, gosh, what's the actual answer to all of this? It's hi. We're stuff.io and book.io. If your friends are authors or musicians or filmmakers and you hear them go through these ups and downs and not have ideas for distribution, let them know. Hey, stuff.io, go get your stuff out on there. And we are literally here for you. So hit us up on any of the DMs of the socials that you are watching this from. I'm always here to answer your questions. And I'm Sheila at stuff.io. Pretty easy. So yeah, just wanted to go over some fun industry news and fill you guys all in on what's going on out there. All right, so should we get into some new stuff Friday? Right now, I've got 3 mints for tomorrow. We might have another, but for right now, we will go through what we have for New Stuff Friday. So first of all, we have Masters of Reality, which is book 3 of Tracy Harding's Ancient Future trilogy. If you had book 1 and book 2 in your accounts on Monday at 4:20 p.m. Dallas time, we took a snapshot, so you will get book 3 airdrop to you. If you did not have book 1s and book 2 in your account, you still have the opportunity to get book 3. It will be open 6 a.m. tomorrow for the book 3 Masters of Reality, and we have a very cool trailer that Tracy Harding herself has made. So here is Masters of Reality. Damn. Super cool. Tracy's always the best at making her marketing videos and covers. It's absolutely amazing. So that book will be on sale at 6 a.m. tomorrow. $3.99 is all you need to get book 3. So of course, make sure you go and grab book 1 and 2 as well. If you had them in your account on Monday, you will get it airdropped to you. But if you do not, or you want to buy more, if you want to buy them for friends, you want to buy them for gifts, $3.99. Masters of Reality tomorrow. The next is a awesome book from 1901 that kind of set the stage for the sci-fi world. It's called The Purple Cloud, which we have been calling Purple Rain all day. And so now Prince has been in my head all day long. But it is Purple Cloud. This is from MP Shield. Again, only $3.99, $2.99 if you have the Gutenberg Bible. Purple Cloud is a novel that is first published in 1901 that is basically the last man science fiction novel. It's foretold by a priest as being against the will of God, and a giant purple cloud that spreads as far as into the heavens and earth comes down, and sci-fi erupts from there, we should say. The entire crew is dead on a ship. All this stuff happens. And this was a huge hit. I mean, this is H.G. Wells lauded this as basically, a brilliant form of a novel. Sci-fi wasn't really a genre at that point. So this kind of was shocking the world in 1901. And as you'd imagine with Billy, we have some pretty cool covers to show off here. So we did some pretty amazing things as far as a purple cloud that's coming down to haunt them. And come on, Billy, super cool. Of all the amazing imagery from this book. So again, $3.99 comes out at 6 a.m. tomorrow. There is only 199 of them. 64 different covers that you have the opportunity to randomly get, and only 14 of those are one-on-one rares. So make sure you grab yours, grab it fast, see which one of the 64 different designs you've got, and yeah, get them early. So that is the Purple Cloud, not to be confused with Purple Rain, which is still in my head, by the way. And then we have dun, 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 a Song Market Cap song, but it is from their artist Songwero, who is their amazing AI country artist that has almost put together probably half of an album by now. So let's hear "Like We Used to Love," and this is a little snippet from it.
I feel a little lost, trying to learn what my soul never bought. Maybe I'm too slow for the modern ways, too tired for the games they play. I'd rather live like we did back then, old school hard, again and again. A smile.
Nice. Always the good stuff. Little love from Jury. All right, so details. This is not a 6 a.m. mint, as your very tight community knows. This is a 2 p.m. Central Dallas, Chicago time, which is 7 p.m. UTC. There are only 200 available, you guys. They sell a lot more than 200 every week of Song Market Cap songs. So this Songwero song, only 200 available. There's never going to be any more than that. So be there on time, be early, be ready. ADA equivalent of $6. Or if you have Song, Stuff Revolution, About Stuff Episode 0, or the Gutenberg Bible, you get a 10% discount. So it is an ADA equivalent of $5.40. But that is only 200. So be ready. That is the fun stuff. And then we got some other fun comments. Here we go, guys. So that's our 3. We might have another movie. I don't know. Mansky's probably going to send me evil messages now that I said that out loud. We might have a movie, but those 3 for sure tomorrow. We got some fun chats that I didn't see coming in as we were talking. So Billy was reading Sin City. Nice. Happy book day, everyone. And our wonderful friend Jay Marie talking on the movie and film industry. So he is updating that he has entered his new film in the San Antonio Film Festival. Amazing. Congratulations, Jay Marie. And it's in July, he said. So we are keeping our fingers crossed for you as well. So congratulations. And again, this is just all the journey that everybody goes through on getting their stuff published, right? We're happy that Jay Marie has used us in the past and will use us in the future as a way to get his movies and creations out there, and wish him the best of luck in that documentary short. Just getting some love. Oh, do you like our brand new page? I do love it. Okay, if you have not checked out the new Song Market Cap page, highly encourage you to do so. Updates you on all how that whole community works, how they use every purchase, how they use it for their song token and the goals of their future, right? But now they have certain collections, right? So we just saw Songwero. So it's not always just under the Song Market Cap umbrella. So you can kind of see everything that they release from their creations. And yeah, it's a great looking. They revamp the whole site. So congratulations to you guys on that. And if you've not checked out their site, go and do it and be ready for their mint at 2 p.m. tomorrow. Again, everybody else The 6 a.m. mints, those two will be open starting tomorrow morning, and everything will be listed in your inboxes in the newsletter for easy click throughs. So you don't have to go and try to find all of them as they are in different media categories. Just open up that newsletter that's right in the top of your inbox at 6 a.m. and have the easy purchase links from there. All right, guys. So keep up the book talk today. Happy World Book Day. If you have any other updates on the industry that you guys are experiencing, no matter if it's books, music, or film, we would love to know. We would love to get the conversation going. These conversations continue all week long on our social medias. So let's keep them going. Like anything that you guys are experiencing, anything that you want to share of you know struggles, wants, things that you would love that you could change in your industry if you could. Let's hear your pain points. Let's see if there's solutions out there, and let's all just come together as a community of what we can build and offer for you guys to help you out. We've had some great chats with authors this week. I've spent probably about a total of 10 hours of just round tabling with authors on their pain points and ways that Book.io and Stuff.io builders and engineers can come together and create solutions for them to help make their lives better so they can spend less time chasing down data and things that they need to do in order to have an actual business with their art. That's not the point of the gift that you've been giving as an artist, is to chase down data. We want you to keep writing. We want you to keep making music. We want you to keep making film. Um, so let us know what pain points you guys have, and if we can, you know, help you solve these, or create something on our own that helps everybody in the world to solve them. But on that note, I am going to let you guys have the rest of your Thursday back. We will be back here next week. Hopefully with Mansky in real life. Maybe Winston will decide to come into the podcast room. He's still kind of afraid of it, but might have Winston as well. But yeah, let's keep up all the enthusiasm for all the books, music, and films around the world, guys. And make sure you grab all the new stuff Friday, 6 a.m. or 2 p.m. Tomorrow. And we will see you next week. See you.